Month. Normally for about this time of the month, we've seen close to 2 inches. Same thing in Fort Lauderdale. We're just about at 1/4 of an inch of rain. In normal, we should be over 1.5 inches. And so when we're looking at the deficit, we are all below average by about 1.5 inches. So you can see Fort Lauderdale and Miami, even the Florida Keys haven't quite seen the amount of rain that we would typically see so far for the month of April. As we look at the big picture, notice that there are some dry conditions starting to take over in central Florida. So drought is starting to become problematic just off to our north. It'll be interesting to see how much rain comes in with the next cold front that we're tracking. But for now, things are still relatively quiet across South Florida. As we take a look at the big picture, there is a system working through. You can see the front, a couple of low pressure centers. There is a chance for some strong, potentially severe storms as this continues to track across the deep south. But we have 2 areas of high pressure. That's going to are mild to kick off our Sunday this morning. Miami sitting at 74 with a wind gust of 25 miles per hour. And you can see just how angry the surf is there on South Beach because of that strong wind. Fort Lauderdale, Key West sharing 77 and wind gusts are closer to 30 miles per hour. We'll stay windy all day today, although our wind alerts will drop off at 11 a.m. You can see as we go through the day today, clouds stick around. Isolated showers are possible, so temperatures are going to struggle to get back into the low 80s in Miami. We do, though, have a little bit of sun that will peek through some of those clouds. Otherwise, temperatures in places like Fort Lauderdale not going to warm up too much more than where we are. Again, shooting for the low 80s. But you can see just how choppy the surf is there. We are going to be looking at those conditions to stay on the hazardous side through the rest of our day today and into the start of this upcoming week. Winds are sustained anywhere from 10 to 20 miles per hour. And like I just showed you with the gusts, and the problem is these areas are just seeing rain after rain after rainfall, and everything has to drain down the tributaries that feed into the Gulf. So all the rain that we saw north of the Houston area, this is just even the last 24 hours. On Thursday, it started out with some areas seeing 8+ inches of rain, and we've had 3 to 6 inches each day since, and that's leading to all of that dangerous flooding that we're seeing. And this is all going to eventually move south into those tributaries. There's also another day of substantial tornadoes into West Texas. Notice that hatch mark. This is the chance for EF2 or larger track tornadoes, long track tornadoes once again back into the state of Texas. So it's going to be active as we continue in that part of the country. For us, we could desperately use a little bit more rain, although so far for the month, Miami has seen about 1 inch above average up to this point. Fort Lauderdale has seen about 3/4 of an inch above average. The Keys could use a little bit more, and if you look off to our north, notice drought conditions are starting to develop.